to Plan for Keeps, the show where we take a deep dive in emotional intelligence, sex, love and love attachment theory, therapy, and everything in between that creates great relationships. I'm your host, DJ. I'm a certified life coach and emotional intelligence practitioner, here to be of service to all of the listeners interested in love and relationships. This is DJ with Plan for Keeps podcast, coming at you guys again with another episode. So today I am going to speak on relationship memes that I've seen on social media. I think I'm going to be deemed as the relationship quote / meme queen on podcast because when I don't have guests, I'm probably going to be elaborating on a quote that I've seen on social media since on my downtime when I'm surfing through social media and I see a quote that speaks to me. I love to think and elaborate on it. So more than likely, I will be doing that with you guys. And today we're going to go into two quotes. One is your self-respect gotta be stronger than your feelings. And then the second one is do things from love, not for love. So both quotes truly go hand in hand. And I wanted to elaborate my thoughts on each and where I think most people get subconsciously stuck. So to get into it, a lot of anxious lovers go into relationships super hypervigilant and ready to serve and cater their new love interests. This is a great thing, but anxious lovers do tend to forget one thing. They forget that they are also looking for a suitable partner, and in the beginning, they do not observe and make sure that that new love interest is also capable of serving their needs as well. When they do that, they're serving their partners, they're putting their partner needs first. They don't fully realize that they're creating a dynamic where they will always be the one putting their partners first, serving the partner's needs, and their needs aren't being met, more than likely because they didn't express their needs. Most of the time, anxious lovers, they have in their mind that partners should just do what they do for them. So basically, reciprocate what I give to you. And in reality, it just doesn't always work like that. People just don't do the things that others do for them. Unfortunately, it's just not real life. In the real world, people aren't mind readers. We all come from different backgrounds. We all have different tendencies. People don't give as freely as others, no matter how giving another person is to them. We live in a world where if you set boundaries and you stick to them, your yes is more valuable than the people pleasers' yes. You think of two people, right? You have one person who sets their boundaries. They have no problem saying no. And then you have the people pleaser, or the person who's always there for people. They always go out of their way. When that person who sets their boundaries and have no issues says yes to something, their yes just always is more valuable. Unfortunately, that's just how people minds work majority of the time. People naturally just think that they have to work harder in order to receive something great. That's just how our minds have been programmed to kind of work. Also, a person who's anxious, when they learn to let go of this idea of being everything and anything to their partner, even in moments when they know being that person may cross their boundaries, when they learn to let that go, it allows for their needs to be known and possibly met. Say if you keep your cape on and you keep your cape on doing everything and being everything and just keeping in mind that you want to be your new love interest, end all be all, and that they never forget and that they want to stick to for the rest of their lives, just know that you could be blocking your chances for closeness and intimacy. You block the fact that you truly need love too by just trying to be that everything, and by you not sharing your needs, your wants, and your boundaries. All humans want to feel needed as well as love. So when you let your needs be known, your wants be known, when you're okay with setting boundaries, it creates a space for possible closeness and intimacy because you're allowing that person in and you're allowing that person to be there for you. So with time, show your new love interests, all of you, not just what you can do for them to make their lives easier. Because at the end of the day, if that's all you show, then that's all they know. When you get into the middle of the relationship and you come to realize you're drained and you've been doing everything and you want the dynamic to be changed, you've already set the dynamic of you always doing everything. And like I said, unfortunately, people, they don't operate that way. So it's always good to set your boundaries in the beginning. To talk specifically about the first quote, your self-respect got to be stronger than your feelings. Self-respect and self-worth is the number one thing I believe everyone should have before stepping into a relationship. Knowing yourself and what you want so you can put out how you expect to be treated is very important. When you don't have self-respect and self-worth, you enter relationships ready to serve other people, but totally forget about yourself, which is one of the most emptiest feelings in the world. I can identify as an anxious lover. I'm actually an anxious lover in recovery. This is what I like to say because I'm noticing my patterns and I am changing them. So when I first read both quotes that I read in the beginning, the thoughts that I mentioned above came to me because I lack self-worth and self-respect. I entered relationships ready to serve, not so much for the fact that I forgot my needs. I just didn't really know what my needs were. So I also lacked self-identity. What I tended to do, I tended to embody my partner's needs, and I made them my own. I made their demons my demons. I would fight their demons along with them. And with me doing that, I didn't realize I was making my partner my demon because I would give, and I would do, and I would fight, but I wasn't getting the same energy back. Majority of that reason was because I wasn't vocalizing what I needed. And like I said again, I didn't know. Not setting boundaries and not knowing what I wanted only created space for lovers who wanted to take advantage of my naiveness, my lack of self-identity, and self-worth. So setting boundaries, knowing your needs, knowing your wants, vocalizing those things, and standing firm will create space for healthy-minded people and healthy relationships. If I would have known what I know now, I don't know if those individuals would have fled from me because I wouldn't have tolerated what I tolerated back then, or if they would have complied because I would have put down the superwoman cape and I would have expressed the fact that I needed them. I would have expressed my needs. I would have expressed my wants, and I would have set those boundaries without any fear of rejection because now I know if someone can't fulfill majority of my needs, they're not for me. I no longer operate in the mindset of scarcity, and I know that the right one will come to me. I believe that's part of people's problems. They do operate in the mindset of scarcity. They don't believe things will come to them the way that they want them to come to them. But if you learn to set those boundaries and you learn the things that you need to change within yourself, you create space for the things that you want and they will come to you. So the second quote, do things from love, not for love. As simple as that sounds, I believe a lot of people get it confused. Majority believe love is total sacrifice, and love is sacrifice to a certain extent. There should be some give and take, but if you feel like you're sacrificing all of the time, 9 times out of 10, you're probably in the wrong relationship. When you do things from love, you don't do it with hopes of reciprocation, or you don't do it to make yourself look like Superwoman or Superman so the other person wouldn't dare think to leave you. Doing things for love sets up conditions. And when you have conditions in a relationship, you create a push-pull dynamic that can become emotionally exhausting and draining. Love should be unconditional and flow effortlessly between both or all parties. You doing something for your partner only to try to create a certain reaction from them and then you don't get it is so damaging and it can make you so resentful, especially if you're the one doing majority of the work in the relationship. This is why setting boundaries and letting your needs and wants be known in the beginning is so important. So you're not overextending yourself and you can love and give freely because you've had those conversations in the beginning. You respecting your lover's boundaries as they respect yours. And as the relationship grows and love grows, boundaries could possibly be lifted. Knowing yourself, knowing what you want, standing on those things, especially in the beginning, will show new love interests how to treat you. And as you go along your journey in life and standing firm about you and yourself, it will only bring and attract the right people so you can attract the right relationships and get what you want. That's all I have today. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If there's anything you would like to speak on or for me to speak on or elaborate on regarding relationships, feel free to email me at info@p4kdating.com. That's info@p4dating.com. If you would like to come on the show and speak with me about relationships, feel free to also email me as well. Thank you for tuning in, and until next time. Thank you for tuning in today's show. If you like this podcast, go ahead and download and subscribe. Also, if there's anything you would like to discuss on this show regarding relationships, send an email to info@p4kdating.com. Again, that's info@p4kdating.com. Our dating app Playing for Keeps will be launched this June. Again, thank you for tuning in, and bye for now.